back then. I worked in the repair division on the main railway line between New York and Albany. Night shift. I was always a bit of a night owl. After 6 weeks on the job, I felt right at home. One night, just before midnight, in late April, we were assigned repairs near the station. I headed out right away. There was almost an hour before the next train, so I wasn't in a rush. The night was clear, warm. Clouds covered the moon, but my lantern lit the way. Suddenly, a cold wind swept down the tracks, a sharp whistle, like a storm approaching. It was so strong it nearly knocked me down. I stumbled, almost dropping my lantern, but caught myself. Shivering from the sudden chill, I turned around and saw it, a giant shadow, swallowing the tracks, the trees, the entire sky. My God, what is that? I gasped. I tried to run back to the station, but the darkness swallowed me before I could take more than a step or two. My lantern went out. Instantly, I froze. I could barely see a few feet ahead. And then, to my right, the rails began glowing. An eerie, blue light. My heart clenched in fear. Suddenly, train headlights pierced through the darkness. A white-blue light cutting through the black mist. The train appeared, a massive locomotive draped in black cloth. It roared, spewing smoke and steam. Its brass and copper parts gleamed faintly in the eerie glow. It pulled several cars behind it. I looked into the windows. No one inside. Then I heard it. Music, soft, distant, mournful. I turned and froze. In one of the cars sat an orchestra of skeletons. They played a slow funeral march on black, gleaming instruments. A skeleton violinist played with eerie passion. A lone drummer waited patiently for his cue, and a skeleton conductor led them with slow, deliberate motions. I could barely breathe from the terror. Then, another train approached, draped in the same black cloth. On its platform sat a single black-covered coffin. Around it, ghostly soldiers, wearing Union Army uniforms from the Civil War. They bowed slowly to the coffin. Some limped, others staggered under its weight. And suddenly, I understood. I was watching Abraham Lincoln's funeral train. I stood at attention and saluted. The train slowly rolled away into the night, taking with it the darkness, the chill, and the clouds. Suddenly, my lantern lit back up in my hand. I blinked, wiped away a tear, and walked back to the station. The next morning, every clock along the Hudson was 6 minutes behind. Every train left, exactly 6 minutes late. When I asked the station master, he just smiled and said, "Don't worry about it. Lincoln's train always delays time whenever it passes through at night." Он только покачал головой и сказал: «Не беспокойся. Это был поезд Линкольна. Он всегда задерживает движение, когда проходит ночью».